What's up, guys? Holding the Alice with you here, bringing you Fairytail, the final season, episode 1 review. And boy, oh boy, I'm so happy Fairytail is back. I want to apologize though. This video is going to be a day late. It's going to be October 7th when I post this video, because on October 6th, which was the Saturday it came out, I had to do a double at my work, so I came home too late to do the video. But yeah, at least the video will be out the next morning by the time y'all hopefully see this. But yeah, this episode was just, it was so nostalgia just to seeing it, because like, I know a lot of people hate on Fairytail for like a lot of dumb reasons. It's only like one important reason where I can see people might want to hate on it, but all the other reasons they bring up is like, Nani? Like, what are you talking about, bro? But this episode was just so good. Seeing Natsu and Lucy, you know, walk to their destination and seeing them reminisce about the past, getting, you know, them talking, like Lucy said, nostalgia, feeling some things that might happen, and also her telling them that she doesn't know where everyone is. She only knows where a couple people are at. So, but you know, just seeing their reaction and stuff, and seeing Natsu's power, the fact that he can control his flame from far distance. I mean, they were in that one city, I think it's Lumiga, something like that, and Natsu heard from like miles away a guy getting involved by 3 guys, and I think they were road mages or just bandit thieves, and you know, they stood in from this guy, they stole his wagon with goods, and Natsu heard that from all the way where he was at. It was a good couple of miles, and it's kind of funny because he shot a fireball underneath Lucy's skirt. She was like, she had this weird expression, like, it was weird. It was like, she wasn't mad, but at the same time, it's like she wasn't happy, and it was like, it was just really cute and funny. But, you know, Natsu shot that fireball over there, and it like, it hit one in the head, then it curved, it hit the other one, then it curved again, it hit the other guy, and it knocked all 3 of them out with one hit. And I'm like, and it's the same one little fireball, and I'm like, whoa, Natsu got range and control like that of his magic. That's very, very interesting. That's one heck of an upgrade from the old Natsu. But he was training for a year and a half with Guild Arts, I believe, so it kind of makes sense why his magic would increase like that. Training was one that powerful. But yeah, that was awesome to see his demonstration. Also funny to hear Natsu say he wanted to take on both Ezra and Luxus. Happy was like, that's too much, bro. Bro, but it's just funny seeing Fairytail all over again and just enjoying it for what it is. I know it has its faults and plots, but you know, if you want to be technical, you can pick out any story and find some type of faults or plots that's like, what? But Fairytail is one of those series that is more based on the emotional ride and the concept, not really the story. I know that sounds like an excuse to defend it, but Aaron Harrow himself said that he took like personal things that he went through with him and his friends, and he just turned them into characters for Fairytail. So I mean, it's one of those happy ending stories, but you know, you don't always need death and gore in the anime for it to be good. So let's keep it real. But that was like the first half of the episode. Second half, they finally get to their destination, Lumini Scale, the Guild, and we found out that there's a member there. But Lucy didn't tell us who. She had us guessing. Now, of course, the manga readers and anyone with common sense will probably figure it out, because it's actually really obvious. The only person that would join Lumini Scale from Fairytail. There's only really 2 people, so. But when they found out it's Wendy, and she's upstairs dancing a song called, I think, Sky Sister Love or Love Mended, something like that, with Sherry. And wait, not Sherry, I'm sorry, what's her name? I forgot. Sherry's little cousin, the one that looks like a small version of her, basically, who Wendy became friends with. They both basically, you know, together. They're known as the Sky Sisters, and they dancing and singing on the stage. And after the stage, you hear Wendy saying, "That's so embarrassing, I'm not doing it again," and she's like all pitch red and embarrassed. And of course, Really, I forgot her name. I can't remember. I know it's not Cherry. Cherry was her cousin, but the little girl, the pink hair, who's Wendy's friend, was like, "Oh, you was great. Everyone loved it. You looked good. Not to worry," and stuff like that. Then we have Leon, which I'm sad. I'm happy we see him again and everybody else. Say, Wendy, you got some visitors, and when she saw Natsu, Lucy, and Happy, she freaked out. She was like, "Oh my god," and stuff. And like Lucy pat her. I'm sorry, Natsu pat her on the head and was like, "Oh, you grown something?" She was like, "Oh no, not at all." And then it was funny saying, "Okay, well, it's time for us to go." And he just picks her up and walks away. And everyone, and Leona's like, "Hey, what you doing with her?" And you see Wendy's face, all cute and like chibi, like what's going on. But and it's also weird because we saw Charlotte and she has that human cat form. So now she's like Panther Lily because she learned transformation magic, which was stated by her. So now she can go from her cat form to a humanoid cat form. And as we've seen in the opening as well, she can fight in that form. So she's very useful. I mean, she's always been useful because she's extremely smart and she can help you fly. But with that extra skill set, it's like not bad, not bad. Still far weaker than Panther Lily, but still not bad. Of course, Happy was like bragging, "Oh, I trained too. I can hold out for fish longer now." It's like, that's one thing I gotta criticize on Fairytail is like, I wish Happy would have had a bigger role than just the Joker, like the Joker's mascot / flyer. But it is what it is. I wish they would have given him a bigger role. You know what I'm saying? But then on the other hand, if they probably would have came out with a bigger role for him, people probably be complaining and saying, "Oh, the rip off of Tazai, blah blah blah." So I guess I kind of understand why the author didn't take that approach, but it would have just been nice, you know. But yeah, basically Wendy was like, "I'm sorry, I can't go back with you. This is my girl now, blah blah blah." So they get super depressed and they head home, and Natsu just takes Happy's tail and starts tickling Lucy. And she starts to laugh, and then she gets upset and she knocks him out. She says, "Stop, you pervs." And while this is going on, the city's getting attacked. Now, mind you, we don't know what's attacking the city until dawn. But they go outside and they see things going down, and they meet up with Leon, and Leon is like, "Oh, our city's getting attacked by monsters. That's the explosion that you've been hearing." And they're evacuating the civilians, and this giant like goblin thing with a club tries to attack Leon from the back, but he automatically just kills it, just freezes it with ease, as expected, of course, from Leon. But after this, Natsu offered to help, and he's like, "We could always fly over there, you know, 'cause he has the cat, and Wendy has a cat that can fly as well." So, but before before Natsu gets to hop on Happy to fly off, he gets kicked in the face by, I think her name is Sally. I can't remember her name. Forgive me. Put it down in the comments below. But the girl with the pink hair, who's Wendy's friend, she kicks to Happy and says, "Sorry, Natsu, let me do this." And Happy's like all confused, like what just happened, and she tells him, "Don't worry about it, just keep flying." So they fly off together, the sisters, to where the main group is at to take him down. And Natsu's on the floor with a footprint on his face, with a hilarious facial expression. And then he gets up and says, "Hey, you catnapper, you took Happy." And he's like super upset about that. And then, as you see in the thumbnail, we get this awesome pose of Natsu just running. And remind you, this is a really big herd of monsters. It's not even a herd, it's more like an army. It's 100,000 herds of different type of monsters. Goblins, hobgoblins, like these big werewolves, direwolves, bears, anything you can think of is in that crowd. Natsu ran through all of them, as you see in the thumbnail, with ease, with, like, I might have to use the King of Lightning phrase right now. He low-diffed all those monsters. Like, they were like beyond fighter chariots for him. Like, he just ran through them all, and everybody's like in shock, like. And that was the end of the episode. Natsu just ran me through 1,000 monsters like nothing to get to the other side. But yeah, that was the episode. Again, I can't stress enough how happy I am for this episode. Like, just seeing the nostalgia and seeing how things went by. I feel like if they cut out a little bit, but not too much from the manga, but they went basically on par with most of it. But again, it was a very good first episode of the final season of Fairytail. I enjoyed it a lot. Again, I know a lot of people have their hate for Fairytail and disappointment, but it does its job good, and it is intriguing and enjoyable to watch. It may not be the best craft story. I know the story, and it's not even really the story. People complain a lot about the story being bad, but it's more the writing of how Hero handles certain things and like his fights. It's like, you could have done better. We know you could have done better, but again, Fairytail, like Hero said himself, it's one of those series that it's more emotional based than logical based, I guess you could say. I mean, think about it. One Magic, the way to tap into it, it's basically either all love or all hate, depending on which side of the fence you're on with it. But like Marius and Lucy believe that love is the key to unlocking One Magic. Then you have Aerith and Hades who believe in hate unlocks One Magic. So whichever side of the fence you on, that's basically how you tap into One Magic, and it's like different effects, different things, you know. That's basically how power scaling works in Fairytail. The more emotional and the more you're fighting for someone you love, the more amped up you get. And it's not like Fairytail is the only girl that can tap into this power. Now that'd be an ass pull if they were the only ones that could tap into it, but we have seen other characters, good and bad, also tap into somewhat the same realm of One Magic. So I mean, it is explained why they get that knockable power up. I know it's not the best thing in the world, and I know it's kind of cheesy to always give them that power up to transform and to, you know, upgrade their magic to fight whoever they need to fight, but you know, that's really kind of nitpicking at the same time, because you can use other animes that are also famous for doing something similar, maybe not in a boring way as them, okay, granted, but again, still, there's gonna be people that hate on Fairytail and probably hate on this video, but it is what it is. And again, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please leave the thought and comments for this episode and the review. Please tell me what you expect in the next episode, because we saw in the episode they gave that big spoiler of Natsu, you know, shooting like a Omega fire blast beam at somebody. So, and we didn't get to see who that somebody was, but manga readers, please don't spoil. And yeah, just tell me your thoughts, comments, and opinions. And I'm super hyped that Fairytail is back. Like, I love Fairytail, so I'm like super happy it's back. But that's all I have for this one, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.